3 a.m. It's the witching hour with a B. I'm awake. Woohoo! Okay. So I'm guessing that in because I did just wake up, but folks, I'm guessing that a lot of this stuff, including my sad video the other day, is due to I'm on full on menopause right now. Because I swear to Bob that I am hot and cold and headache and tired and extremely. I mean, I'm so lethargic that like I'll be just sitting there and just not off. And I wake up and I feel like I didn't sleep at all. I ain't felt like that since the last half bottle of vodka I had. So I'm pretty much figuring if anything sounds a little crazy, crazier than usual, as in emotional, just really sad, and that kind of stuff, it's menopause. Like full on, not just the pre or peri or whatever you want to call it. I'm full on turning into an old woman and losing my youth. So, yay, go me. Oh my gosh. Not that, I could do anything about it, but I think that it's probably easier to be a man. I mean, I gotta set you up here for a second. Why do I gotta set you up there for a second? I don't even know why. But I really think life is easier for men. They only have to do the fun part. And then the rest of it is up to us. They don't have to go through any of this. I mean, I guess they go through kind of something like this. Because everybody's, youth, as in their hormones, go away. Excuse me. I was eating peanut butter. And I had a peanut stuck in my half tooth. I hate that half tooth. I'd go in the dentist and get it fixed, but there's apparently no hygienists around, so you have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait to get your teeth looked at. Wonderful. So, because they're just a little pissy about something that happened, I have to suffer? Like the rest of us have to lose our teeth because they're a little pissy about something that happened? Get a frickin' job! Really? Talking about menopause, get a job! Oh, so I spent last night. There you go. There I go. There I go, being tired. I spent yesterday and last night hanging out with my grandnephew. My niece had a little bit of a celebration with her best friend, and they're adults and they're young adults. They wanted to go out and drink. They also went out to the water park and had fun. And she loves her son, but sometimes adults need adult time. So Aunt T stepped in and let her have some adult time for her birthday present. That's what aunts and uncles and grandma and grandpas are for. To step in and, you know, just give a little bit of a relief to the parents that, well, I mean, that's my definition. An aunt and an uncle, we're spare parents. We're cool spare parents because you tell us secrets and we'll be like, yeah, man, that's go gossip about the parents. No. Well, maybe. I feel like what my role as an aunt is basically a spare parent when you need me or when the parent needs me, and almost like a big sister type person or brother type person. I'm not a boy, but I mean, there's uncles. I'm not one. I'm an aunt, obviously. But I mean, it's like a big older brother or sister. And that's what I think the role is. They're not quite parents, so you can get away with a little bit more with them. I said, we're the fun ones. The parents tell you what to do, and the aunts and uncles tell you how to get around that. Come here. Come here. Let me show you. So we kind of got two roles there. For the kids, we got to be like a guide, like a sister or a brother type person. And for the parents, we get to step in and be parents for a minute so they can go take a poop by themselves. And I think a lot of us, not all of us, my daughter's decided not to be a parent, but a lot of us have been parents too and have needed the same relief. So there's all that. Anyway, I stepped in and watched him, and she went and had some fun. And we had tons of fun. I did get tested. Ooh, did I get tested? I told you his birthday's this month. So, anyway, he's a Taurus, just like his mom. And I call them Taur asses. Because full-headed. Anyway, they should be. Their symbol should be the bull. Because it is, but it should be. It was a safety issue. We were playing on a bike. And Auntie had her eyes on him. Auntie watches every kid that's around. And even if it's not her kid, she watches every kid around. But I had my eyeballs on him, and he went down because I kept him on the sidewalk because we're in apartments. And there's nothing, well, there's place for them to play, but there isn't really a place for them to ride their bikes. Except for him on the sidewalk. Well, the first time it was the big bike, and the big bike goes fast. And before I could catch him, and this is what I told his mom too, because this is what happened. Before I could catch him, it went over the little grass area and into the road. That was an accident. And I was running, and he thought it was funny because I was running and screaming, "Stop!" Because there was a car coming. And I screamed as top of my lungs. Now, I can yell, and have yelled, to children at the top of a Ferris wheel in a busy fairground. Granted, this is a rural fairground, probably not, anything as big as a city or anything like that, and they could hear me. Ask Bina's daughters, excuse me, they don't like to be called daughters. They like to be called theys and thems, and that was a slip up. So I call them her goblins. just because Aunt T is weird, they liked it. So anyway, ask Bina's goblin number 1 and her son, because I don't think goblin number 2 was old enough to be on the Ferris wheel yet. But Bina let them get up on the Ferris wheel. But it's fine, kids do that. And she says, just keep sitting down. And the one was standing up, turned around and looking at us, even though the thing wasn't moving. They were still standing up. And I yelled, "Hey, you!" And Bina said, that made the kids, the teenagers behind you turn around and sit down. So anyway, that's that yell that they got, the car got, because I just, stop! And I told him, get the grass! And he got in the grass, and I ran out in the middle of the road and grabbed the bike. So that first incident was an accident, and he didn't get in trouble. Then we had an incident with a tricycle. He's a little tall for this tricycle, and it wasn't even his anyway, but someone from the apartment complex said that the kids all just grab everybody's toys and just play with them, and I'm like, that's weird to me, but I guess if that's the way it goes, then I guess I'll roll with the punches. So he's riding on this thing. He falls off it 2-3 times, and then finally he face plants. And he didn't have a bruise or anything, but he held his hand and went, ow. I said, that's enough of that tricycle. And he goes, no. He started his tantrum. And I looked at him and I said, you're not in trouble. That bike is in trouble. That bike is going on timeout because that bike hurt my boy. I almost said his name. And so he accepted that one. But I think he was a little upset with me because I kept telling him no in secret ways, and he kind of noticed it. And then it was on a moped. Not a moped, but what are them things? Scooter. Doesn't have a motor on it. It's just a scooter, little kid scooter. He was on that. And I had my eyeballs on him. But I turned to say something to the woman that was next to me. And lickety-split, this kid was behind the car. And I didn't see him. And I was calling his name. And he wasn't answering me. So I went and looked for him. I ran and looked for him. And here he is. At the end of the sidewalk. About a foot into the road. Just sitting there. Like a freaking cat. And I said, you do that one more time, we're going back in the house. No. Okay. I said, seriously, we're going in the house if you do it again. And so, 2 or 3 times back, and I turn around again. There he is. Doing the same thing. I said, you get in the house now. It's timeout time now. So this is where the tantrum starts. And I'm not going to go verbatim the whole thing. I mean, you could probably imagine. Except for, I didn't lose my... I did sound like I had authority. I was like, you get in the house now. Now, mister. And it was like, no. So anyway, there's an example. He wants his water bottle. Well, it's his water bottle, and it's sitting on the picnic table over in the playground, and we're going to go get that because that's his. That's fine. And he's throwing a tantrum still, but okay. It's his. We're going to go get his water bottle. We go over there. I grab his water bottle. That little shit had himself up inside the tunnel. On the slide. It has one of these. Oh, it's got the steps, and then it's a little play area. It's got the steps and the tunnel and and the slide and all that. He got himself up in the middle of the tunnel. I said, get down here. It's time to go back in the house. I said, get down here now. No! I said, you don't think I can snake myself right up inside there and get you, don't do you? So here I am. I'm big old fat body snaking up inside there. I get up inside there, and that little turkey takes off. And I'm stuck in the middle of this tunnel. I swear, if I had been sitting there watching this happen, I would have been laughing. But it was happening to me, so I was like, tense. He takes off. And I have his bubble wand in my hand. I whipped the thing on the ground. I said, no more bubbles. He got down to look at his bubbles. I said, in the house now. So I got him in the house. He gets in the house because I said, as soon as we're going in the house, you're going in your room. He gets in the house, plops his butt down on the couch, grabs his tablet. This is a 5-year-old, okay, guys? I said, no tablet. You're on timeout. Yes, tablet. He has a gorilla grip on this thing, and I'm like, okay. I pried it out of his hand. I put him in his room. 3 minutes later, I hear him start to calm down, and he's just, I'm like, here's your tablet. You can come out now. I went outside. I said, we're not going outside for the rest of the night. I said, you can't listen to me, and you can't stay safe. So he starts with his tantrum again. Because we're not totally calmed down from for the original part of this tantrum. So this is part 2. And I said, and he said, I want outside. I said, no. He says, I want yes. He's screaming it at me or yelling it at me. Not screaming. He's at this point, he's just, I want yes. Because that's how he does it. I says, do you want another time out? No. I said, here's your tablet. Sit on the couch and settle down. And he did. So I got tested. And then at pill time, he wasn't naughty about it. I mean, kids aren't like naughty, but he wasn't like being a tore ass about it. He was just being, no, I don't want that. He has, I think it was his vitamin. There's a couple of medications he has to take. One's a vitamin, and I don't know what the other one is, but his mommy does, and that's none of my business. And this vitamin, he didn't want it. He's like, here. He handed it back to me. I'm like, Mama says you need to take that one. No, I don't want to. I'm like, you want to earn some bubbles? Because I did break his bubbles. He was kind of mad about that. And I felt bad. And I said, you want to earn some more bubbles? He goes, yeah. I said, take your pill. He took it. I gave him his choice of his bubbles too, of the ones, and he earned them. So I got majorly tested. I think because his mom asked me back that I passed the test. I expected him to throw at least one tantrum. I expected him to throw a tantrum the whole time because she doesn't normally leave him with people. She doesn't really have anybody to step up to do it. And she was wondering if I would be able to, because I had offered to do it. Because in the past, if you had seen my I'm sad video, you will understand why I'm going to say this. In the past, I was a very angry, abusive person. Because I hadn't worked out that those people were gross people, and I was okay at that point. It took me until, I'm going to say, starting about 5 years ago, to really dig into that on my own. I don't go to them counselors. They don't help. They're only in there over there to, because they think it's easy. They can sit on their butt and draw pictures of Donald Duck and pretend they're listening to you and go, how does that make you feel? If I knew how it made me feel, I wouldn't be looking at you. So I worked it out on my own. I dealt with the emotional garbage and baggage, and I handed it back. Within my mind, I'm like, this part of me belongs to you, and you can have it back. This part of me that I don't like belongs to you, and you can have it back. I never walked up to those people and gave it back to them, but I'm just like, this is not me, this is not me, this is not me. These are things that were put on me from circumstances or because people gaslighted me into believing it about myself. So I worked that out. But my niece knew the other person. She's 30 years old, okay? She's going to get mad at me if she sees this. I'm not 30, I'm 3. Leave me alone. It's funny because we were sitting on the couch yesterday, and she said something about my age. She said 50. I said 51, excuse you. And I said, actually, she said 50, and I looked at her, I said 30, and she says, I'm 3, and I said, then I'm 15. So she's going to throw at me how old I am. I'm going to throw it right on back at her. But anyway, she knew that other person who didn't really know who that other person didn't know who she was. Tressa. She knew Tressa. So she wasn't really sure on leaving her one and only prized person with me. And I understand that. And I mean, but that test proved to me that I have changed. And it's not just a facade. It's not just a fake it till you make it. I have changed. So very actually grateful for his tantrum. I keep imagining me in that tunnel. Because I could fit my entire body in it with my hand sticking out one end, and my butt and legs were sticking out the other, and I'm pretty sure they were going like that. And if I'd have been an onlooker instead of the one it was happening to, the one woman was sitting down there, not really encouraging me. She goes, I've been through that. I'm like, that's great, thanks. I'm like, did you have to climb up through the tunnel too? She said, yup. Those tunnels should be banned, man. I mean, if a kid can get up there and sit there and laugh at you, what else can happen in them tunnels? Anyway, those things should be banned. Well, gives a kid a way to get away from their parents like that. I'm not his parent. I'm his aunt. Grand aunt. Thank you very much. And I will take that with pride. because, again, I'm never going to be a grandma. And I say that, and I am not sad about it. I've said it many times before. You don't have to have a baby to prove that you're a woman. And my daughter doesn't want to have babies. And that is her choice. And I stand there next to her and I support her decision. You don't have to have children to prove that you're a worthwhile human being. So, I don't remember where I was paused because I stopped to message somebody because they're awake too. Well, finding out that like menopause can make you think you have fibromyalgia. You're always tired. It'll hurt your joints. What was the other thing? Brain fog. Like the brain farts, always forgetting words, stopping in the middle of sentences like I do. You're almost quite literally losing your mind. And I personally, I know I can't take progesterone. If there's another thing out there, I'd be happy to find that out if my insurance covered it. But I bet you insurance doesn't. You know why? Because it's a woman problem. I think they're still taxing for pink things. But I know I can't take progesterone because I don't know how many of them, because my grandma had a lot of half sisters and sisters and brothers and stuff, but there was breast cancer on my dad's side of the family. So as far as I know, I can't take progesterone. So I'm in this blindly. I can't do anything about it. So when Auntie's crazy and crying on the middle of the screen, it's because she's getting old. My youth is slipping away, I guess, out of my butthole or something. I don't know. I'm old, guys. I'm old and there's nothing I can do about it. Old and raggedy. And that reminds me of a procedure that I would really like to be able to skip, but because of that history in the family, I have to make an appointment for a boob squeeze. How come they don't do that to dudes? Like, here, slap them up here, we're gonna squeeze them for you. Seriously, how come? Well, okay, dudes have to go through a different exam, and that's so I'm kind of happy they do have to do that to girls too, but it doesn't have to do with the male anatomy. Obviously, it has to do with looking for polyps and kind of a common form of cancer that happens. But we don't have to have regular yearly exams for that. And we can also, like, for the colon, and we can also get away with them analyzing our waste rather than going up in there. But when you're having a baby, everybody in the janitor walks by and goes, they do. They're like, oh, hey, guess what? Hello. Everybody. So I don't feel bad about you men and your yearly prostate exams. Yeah, that's the only bad thing you have to go through medically is you have to go and get that happen to you. Oh, jeez. So, like I said, I think it's much, much easier to be a man. And I suppose there is something nowadays I could do something about that, but you know what? I don't want to do something about that. I was born a female, and I choose to stay a female, and I choose to keep the female role because that's just how I feel about myself. So I guess there would be something I could do about that, but there's nothing I want to do about that. Let's see. Ooh. Ow. Okay, dang it. Get back in there. And plus, I need to start learning how to not stick my fingers in a hot oven. I don't know. Moms, dads, you just stick your finger in a plate and you flip it over. If you do it fast enough, it doesn't hurt. My daughter Alana would look at me and go, "Mom, don't do that." And I'm like, "What?" Take hot sausage, flip it over with my fingers, and Mom! If you linger long enough, you're going to get blisters. If you just... I better not teach little kids that. Stick your hands in the fire, kids. It won't hurt. That's what I was doing. I'm making a biscuit, and I decided I was going to flip it over. Oh, so I got this chair in the mail today that I didn't order, but it's sitting here and I put it together. I did not order this. I don't have, and it came from Amazon. Same place. I don't know if same place, but it was same Amazon. Amazon sent me that clock with the camera in it. Now, I didn't order that either. So I asked the people that I thought would have ordered it for me, and they did not. And these things start out about $100. I saw one in there. Maybe it was a set of two for like $200. That chair right there. I did not order this thing. Let's see, turn that off. There we go. I did not order this thing. So I Googled, why am I getting packages that I didn't order that are my correct address and my name, my correct name. And I looked it up. It's a scam. It's called a brushing scam. And that I know because Moody said to me, "Are you sure that's not something they sent you and you have to pay for later?" And I went back and I looked at this month's statement and last month's statement on my bank, and it did not say anything about charges for anything like that or Amazon at all. Last month there was charges for Temu, but I think that was the last ones that I ordered and I was done with them. But there was nothing on my statements for Amazon either. So what these people do, they call them bad actors. All actors are bad people to me, but they call them bad actors. And what they do, and I don't know how this is a scam, is they send you a product. You're stuck with this product, okay? You don't know where it came from, but you got this product. And they have your name and your address, because you're all of a sudden this stuff is public. They have your name, and they write a glowing review for their store under your name. So what you're doing, I got a $100 chair there, but I just made them thousands of dollars because people are going to start buying their products because I said so. That doesn't really affect me unless somebody comes knocking on my door saying your review sucked because blah, blah, blah. Whatever. And so far, it hasn't affected my wallet. I'm keeping an eye on it, and I did report it to Amazon, so it should stop. However, if it doesn't stop, thank you very much. I think we're dating now. I'm not giving you my phone number because you probably already have that. But I would appreciate if you would come over here and fix a few things. Besides giving me a whole bunch of presents that I don't need. You could tell me I'm pretty too. Maybe take me out on a date. Because, I mean, that there tells me, sit down, shut up. Oh. So, yeah, it's called a brushing scam. And sometimes it does cost you money, because I Googled all that too. And, after Moody had said, yeah, are you sure they're not charging you after you get the thing? So I reported it. And they said, the products that you receive, you are not obligated to return. You didn't ask for it. You don't have to give it back. That's a nice dang chair. I'm keeping it. It's supposed to have wheels on it, but... Seriously? What am I going to do with a chair in here? What am I going to do with a chair, for one thing? I don't have enough room for it. I don't need it. I mean, I guess I can get rid of the one, but... What am I going to do with a chair in here with wheels on it? Oh, I don't feel like walking over to the refrigerator 2 feet away. I'm just going to roll over there in my chair. And that thing's a folding thing. You can take it apart and fold it, put it in the corner. It's comfortable, and it leans back. Nice chair. Thanks for the freebie. I was lucky. But since it was sent to me and I got it today and I opened it and whatever, I did report it to Amazon, and hopefully they don't send me anything else and decide that now it's time to start charging me for their free gifts. Which means if they do that, I'm going to have to wait for another frickin' debit card. Come on, man. And I know I didn't order from Amazon, because I don't order from Amazon much anymore at all, unless I can't find it at Walmart. Because I found out that Walmart go sweating and flushed and everything else. 74 degrees in here, says the thing, and I'm sweating, but I'm cold. Oldness, because I'm not sick. No, I'm not getting a cold or anything like that. I am sick. It's menopause. But, like I said, I made sure I reported that stuff, because what if they've sent me 2 things now, didn't charge me for them, and then all of a sudden they've like, oh, really? We're going to send you this $1,000 thing, and you're going to pay for it. No. No, please stop this. No, I don't want this. I can't find that clock. It's probably under the bed or something. I didn't want to plug it in because I didn't know where it came from. And what if it's got like some sort of... It's got a camera in it. Hi. So if it's got a camera in it, it could look at me. I mean, my phone can still look at me, but I give that permission too, because it's my phone. But this thing, I don't know where that came from. That could have... Anybody could be looking at me through that. Okay, fine, you pervs. You want to see my butthole? I'll show it to you. I'll put the clock on the chair just before I go sit on it on it bareback. Here you go. I hope people in Dubai like my butthole. Make sure it's a day after Taco Bell. I ain't eaten Taco Bell in gosh darn how many years. Like, fine. Really? You want to stare at that? I'm an old woman, man. You weirdos. People. Why? And again, I don't understand how it's much of a scam if I don't have to pay for it and I get to keep the thing. Other than your information is public. The thing is with that is, okay, oh, I didn't turn that light off. Okay, it'll recharge on its own anyway later. It's just a solar light. So my thoughts about my information being public, you really don't have private information anymore. It's out there somewhere. You've used your debit card somewhere. You've used your credit card somewhere. Your information is out there. There's nothing private about people anymore. So I'm like, okay, so how is this going to affect me other than if they start charging me? And I even told the guy at the bank that, and he agreed. I says, dude, I'm not afraid of somebody finding my stuff out. They're going to. It's already, I have a phone in my pocket and they're listening to me right now. Charlie, leave my other listening device alone. She's rubbing her face against my tablet. So I'm like, there's nothing private out there anymore. You know, they've even stopped making you sign the HIPAA in the doctors, which is, I think, ridiculous, because my medical information is none of your business unless I give you that information. But it's mine to give, not theirs. So, like, if I wanted you to know I grew an extra nipple on my kneecap, I'd tell you. It ain't the doctor's business to tell you that. I didn't grow an extra nipple on my kneecap, but I'm about to get an extra growth on my chest. Charlie, I don't want you... Every dang time I cook! So like I said, I don't understand how this is much of a scam unless they've given me my 2 free products. Now they're going to make me buy some. Just saying all that. Watch your wallets. I don't know if it's a new scam, but it just hit me. So, watch your wallets. Watch your bank statements. Read your bank statements. If you don't know where your bank statement is, go to your bank and ask them for one. And I know a lot of... Is that squeaky? I know a lot of people already know how to do that. Some younger people, if they're watching, might not. So, the ones that do already know, you're not dumb, and I'm not giving you, information that you already know to say that you are. I'm just saying there might be other people that don't. If you don't know where your bank statement is, and you can get online into your bank to see how much money you have on your card, your bank statement is in there somewhere. And you'll have to reach out to your bank to find out where, because they hide it. They hide it. I couldn't find mine for the longest time. And I had to call them and say, I need these numbers. And they're like, it's on your statement. I'm like, where is my statement? So they had to tell me where. Charlie, will you please? She's forcing me to pet her. Pat. Mom, I'm here. Mom. So So it's in your online. They can mail you one, and you can go in there and they can print you one. I don't know how to tell you to figure out what bank you're using if you don't know. Some people don't know that either. You never know. But there's that information. So watch your wallets, watch your bank statements, watch getting these free gifts that you didn't know anything about. I'm eating a biscuit. That was one of those biscuits that I'd opened from the most terrifying biscuit cans in the world. I decided I didn't want to mix the ingredients, so I grabbed one out of the freezer and I put it in the oven and baked it. I don't recommend freezing them and then going and reusing them because just a second. I baked the rest of them up because I will want them. This is what happened. This is a jumbo biscuit. This is the whole thing. It didn't peel it apart yet. And because they do peel. And they're not fluffy inside. They're rubbery. So I don't recommend those are going in the trash. No, actually, when I have food like that that's not going to rot or whatever and be gross around my house, I just throw it out in the yard. The birds, something's going to eat it. So that's going out in the yard. Toss it out there. So I don't recommend freezing those and then trying to bake them. Bake them right out of the can, eat them, and then enjoy them. But this little brat has to have her... Yeah, you look right at me. When she's looking at me with her little kissy eyes. I'm not paying enough attention to her. And there's Squeaky, needing my attention again. See, she's doing that little kissy eye thing. See, why you gotta tap me like that? Why you gotta do that? I'm paying attention to you. She's got her hand on my hand. Her paw on my... Here he is. Hello, Squeaky. What are you doing? You're not gonna lay on that pillow, are you? What are you doing? Hello, handsome. Oh. Hello, handsome. What you doing? She's on your lap. Oh, what a good boy. Oh, what a good boy you are. So sweet, babies. Brats. So, I guess this has been a pretty long talk again. But, I guess, people want to see. The people that actually want to see me are actually here. They arrived yesterday. Well, I think it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So they arrived yesterday. Got in, settled in, went to sleep. I'm not sure how long of a drive they have, but I think they started out. I don't know when they started out. I don't know how long of a drive. It's many hours. It's different. It's a few different states away. Hello, my handsome. So, they came in and crashed. And I would have too. I don't blame them at all. And then I get a message. I hope I get to see you. I love you, Auntie. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Yeah, you better go find out what that is and do your job, cat. I'll send you off in a brush. Send you off in a brushing scam. Here, free cat. There you go. You on my lap now, Bubba's? Or not? There you go. Come here. Squeaky. I think he's got dementia. Did you know animals could get dementia? Mom. Mom. Hey, you want that? That's Mama's. But I'm going to throw it outside for other animals. I don't think bread's a good idea for you, though, dude. You want that? You're gonna have that? I wish you'd have seen that. Now he's leaving because I was laughing at him. Okay. I guess I've yacked at you long enough. I'm gonna get on off here and try to get some sleep because I think I might be having something to do tomorrow or later on today because my presence was requested by a niece. So I'm almost sure they're going to try at least. So if they don't tomorrow, then within the next couple of days, I'm sure. So I will see you later. Have a good day. Bye.